Imagine walking through a forest and hearing the low, haunting howl of a dire wolf echo in the distance. An animal thought to be gone forever, now alive. Fiction? Not anymore. In 2025, scientists shocked the world. The dire wolf was brought back. Not through cloning, not through sci-fi magic, but through the cutting edge of genetic resurrection. Today, we're diving deep into a question that feels like something out of Jurassic Park. What other animals could we bring back from extinction? Which ones are actually possible? What would it take? And which creatures are gone for good? And why? Let's start with the dire wolf, the stuff of legends. Unlike what most people think, the dire wolf wasn't just a bigger, scarier gray wolf. Genetically, it was a completely different branch of the canine family tree, split from modern wolves millions of years ago. So, how did we bring it back? Through a process called de-extinction, where scientists use CRISPR gene editing to modify the DNA of a living relative, in this case, a wolf, to match the genome of the extinct species as closely as possible. Over several generations, the result was a living animal with dire wolf traits, behavior, and even appearance. It's not a perfect copy, but it's close enough that in the wild, you'd never know the difference. With the dire wolf howling again, the big question is, what else could we bring back? Here are some top candidates. 1. Woolly mammoth. Maybe the most famous de-extinction project. Scientists are working on inserting mammoth genes into the DNA of Asian elephants to create a mammoth-elephant hybrid. Why? To help restore the Arctic tundra and combat climate change. Timeline? Possibly within the next decade. 2. Passenger pigeon. Once billions strong in North America, wiped out by hunting and habitat destruction. Using preserved DNA and their closest relative, the band-tailed pigeon, scientists are trying to bring them back and possibly rebuild lost ecosystems. 3. Tasmanian tiger, thylacine, a unique marsupial predator from Australia, extinct since the 1930s. The biggest challenge here? Finding viable DNA samples, but some preserved specimens in museums may hold the key. 4. Dodo, the icon of extinction, native to Mauritius, wiped out in the 1600s. Scientists have sequenced its DNA, and with pigeons as close relatives, the dodo might actually walk again, or at least waddle. Bringing an animal back isn't as simple as zap it with some DNA. Here's the step-by-step of what it usually involves. DNA recovery from fossils, bones, or preserved tissue, often damaged and incomplete. Genome editing. Using CRISPR to edit the DNA of a close living relative, adding or changing genes to match the extinct species. Cell development, creating embryos in the lab, often requiring surrogate mothers from the related species. Reintroduction. The hardest part: where does this animal live now? Will it survive? What does it eat? Does it have predators or diseases to worry about? In short, it's not just biology. It's ecology, ethics, and even politics. Now, the bad news. Some animals are simply lost forever. Why? No DNA. For dinosaurs, we have never recovered usable DNA. Fossils don't preserve it. Sorry, T-Rex fans. No close relatives. If an extinct species has no living relatives, there's nothing to edit or use as a base. Complex ecosystem needs. Some species relied on ecosystems that no longer exist. Even if we revive them, they might not survive long. Ethical concerns. Do we have the right to bring back apex predators into a world that isn't ready for them? Think about creatures like the saber-toothed cat or the giant ground sloth. They might fascinate us, but without their ancient environments, they're better left as fossils. The idea of bringing extinct animals back isn't just about science fiction. It's about restoration, responsibility, and rethinking our place in the natural world. But perhaps the most important question isn't can we bring them back? It's should we? Should we focus on lost species? Or protect the ones we still have? Either way, the age of de-extinction is here. And the dire wolf's howl might just be the first sound of a second chance. What animal do you think should be brought back? And why? Drop it in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next chapter of the future. Until next time, stay curious.